So tomorrow you'll have the uh, discussion of first week 25 questions. What we are going to discuss tomorrow I'll address. So you can understand. I'll classify the questions based on the keyword. So you have 25 questions, right? Comment questions itself will bring it one side, and describe questions also one type. Like that, the based on the keywords which we have covered in the last 5 days, we'll try to structurize it so that you can compare based on the keyword, not based on the question. Based on the keyword, I'll be discussing it so that you feel that so mains is just like a playing with the words only. Now assume that day after tomorrow is your final mains exam. Day after tomorrow is final. So paper 3 exam. How many marks I have to get it? And that's before India Pakistan match. We predict India is going to win. It means I have to win the elections. Elections is over. So exit polls, everything will come. So there is a pre-poll predictions, a pre-poll survey. We discussed recently that we have discussed recently. The correction parameters is based on the reverse engineering technique. Competitive exam, again I repeat, it's innovation of Civic Center, adapted from Elon Musk for the service sector, not for the production sector. So now, what is the correction parameters? Always it's a score only, no? To get your first rank, second rank, or whatever the rank, it's based on the score only. Average score of all the 6 papers. Now, I mentioned that, so in 2016, APPSC Group 1 exam, you can notice that, the highest score was 463. And even we concluded that you have to score at least 60%. 60% of the score. Sunday test, you are having 100 marks. 100 marks means you have to get 60. Then only you'll get in the top 10. We'll also give the lead score. So from next week onwards, not this week, from next week onwards, we'll give the lead score. And if permitted, those who are scoring better, with their consent, will share in the Telegram channel. If the person gives consent that my answer scripts can be shareable, we'll try to share with others. So ఎంత ఉంది on average? SAలో 81 ఉంది. So Indian history and constitution 76, 91, 83, 131. On an average 90, can we say? 90. 90 means 60%. So 60% means for each and every question, you have to score at least 5 to 6 marks. 5 to 6 marks. If I want to score at least 5, what is the correction parameter? We can classify your answer into 4 categories. We can classify your answers into 4 categories. There is a qualitative classification and classification based on the quantification. So average answer, good answer, excellent answer, below average. On what parameters I'm going to give, so 5 marks. Is it visible? I'll share the correction parameters again in the Telegram channel. Try to pay an attention. Try to pay an attention. Whether your answer is meeting the, marking scheme or not. We mentioned qualitatively that your answers has to be PRC model. What is a PRC model? Precision, relevance, coherence. That's a quality. It's a descriptive paper. You have to quantify also. Quantification of qualitative answers. Now look at, if your answer is below average, we'll go with below average. I have given the marks of 0 to 2. Why I have given 0? Why I have given 2? Can you see? I have mentioned introduction, body, relevance, coherence, preciseness. He will give the introduction with basic vague definition, not having clarity. So basically, this type of answers, I'm not based on the candidate, I'm going with the answers. So these answers, so is not having precise content, is not having clarity of definition, even you don't have the fact to give the introduction. Basic definition: Kaleshwaram Dam is a irrigation dam of the government of Telangana. Even you don't know lift irrigation or so gravity irrigation. Even he has not seen the publicity of TRS. It's the world's largest. So that is a very below average. Introduction completely we can see. And dimensions, I used to say, no, your dimensions in case of single part question, there shall be 6. Isn't it? So at least 6. How many dimensions he is writing? Not more than 2 or 3. Not more than 2 or 3. That too, sometimes these dimensions are repetitive and closely related, not different dimensions. And so very few dimensions are relevant. Very few dimensions are relevant. Deviation is maximum in this category. He has not understood the keyword at all. Now look at the logical flow. There is no flow at all. Awareness, they will write first. Are you getting my point? When you see that, highlight the silent features of group or notification, you see that, what is the logical flow, what points you have to mention, and what points you can mention as a tertiary points. So he will write the tertiary points, secondary points as a first. And assuming that these dimensions are very macro level or macro level, broader level. And grammar is a major issue. And we can see that, so the language is very poor, very poor. Very poor. By looking at that, you can understand the quality of answer, the grammar, everything. Now, it is very easy to know that your answer is below average. For us, so while correcting the paper, classifying segregation of your answers as a below average is very easy, isn't it? Anna? Is it clear what mistakes you are doing? If you're not doing right in practice, mostly below average will come. Next, we are upgrading into the, so now we are in the, so second column, average answers. Average answers, how many marks you are getting? 3 to 4. 3 to 4. So there is a logical substantiation why we are awarding 3 to 4 marks. If your answer is average. Can you see the definition is relevant here? I can say, you can say definition based. We mentioned, no. So introduction can be 3 types: definition based, fact based, report based, even the context based, incident based also you can write it. Mostly the average means he will write the definition, maybe relevant fact. Sometimes the students will also write the quote. Quote can be apt type of introduction in the essay. Quote anedi your essay lo relevant type of introduction, not in the GS. You have to avoid. So now you see that, so I'm awarding 3 to 4, but he may write 4 to 5. Because most of the average type advantages of zero budget. 3 to 4, I mean 4 to 5 dimensions are easy to write it. Without preparation, you can write it. So these students, you can see, mostly they would have read the syllabus once only, not read the newspaper. Average category. They will dump whatever they have already read for the prelims exam. Right? 4 to 5. And few dimensions are substantiated. And list out chestuntaru, deviation untundi. Now you can see few dimensions are relevant and disconnected, written as a subheadings. A subheadings pettaru, but common. For all the questions, they'll write advantages, disadvantages. For each and every 14 questions or 13 questions or whatever the number of questions they'll write. So you can find the same monotonous format of writing in case of average answers. Are you getting my point? So now, sentences sometimes missing the expression of thought. They wanted to express because they're not reading the newspaper. They are not reading the newspaper. If you're not reading the newspaper, you'll get only the content that is loaded in the standard textbooks. You don't get the polished something kind of relevant, most apt subheadings are kind of, unconventional way of writing, but to relevant. న్యూస్ పేపర్ చదువుతూ ఉంటేనే మీకు ఆ పదాలు అనేది మీకు సో చేతిలోకి వస్తుంటే ఆటోమేటిక్గా రాస్తారు. లేకపోతే ప్రోస్ అండ్ కాన్స్, వాట్ ఎవర్ ద క్వశ్చన్ దిల్ రైట్ ప్రోస్ అండ్ కాన్స్, వాట్ ఎవర్ ద క్వశ్చన్ దిల్ రైట్ ద ఛాలెంజెస్, వే ఫార్వర్డ్. ఇన్ ద కంక్లూషన్ దిల్ రైట్ ద వే ఫార్వర్డ్ ఓన్లీ. For all the 12 questions, 13 questions, they will mention way forward, write it. Conclusion, they will write. So average, you'll find the majority of the students in this section. You know the Gaussian method? That's also known as bell curve. So in research PhD, those students, they'll be knowing that what is meant by Gaussian method or bell curve. Yeah, normal distribution. It is also known as normal distribution of statistics. Students would be falling here, below average, out of competition, excellent people. These are majority of the population. Average is a majority of population always. So you have to move from here to here, here to here. That's the answer writing skill. Now, if you are having clarity, now coming to the good answers. Why we are giving good answer? Good answers, you can see that you will be in the service zone. If you are writing, as I mentioned that you have to attempt all the 15 questions, write relevant answers. That we call good answers or civic center answers. You see that in the good answers, whatever I've been speaking in the last 1 week, can you notice it? Introduction, how he is giving? It can be fact, context, or report. Definition based whenever been asked. I have not mentioned definition because definition always you will write it. That's the average type of answer. Definition you have to address if you don't have fact, if you don't have report, if you don't have present context. I'm just increasing the standard of the answer. Am I clear? In the civic center category answers, so definition is a secondary unless it is explicitly asked. Now, when it comes to body, I have mentioned at least 6 to 8. But we are trying to target that you have to write at least 6 broader dimensions. Now look at that, logical flow. Some dimensions are connected. Logical flow is there. Logical flow is there, but still there is a scope for improvement. So this category, you can notice that if you could able to maintain for all the 15 questions, believe me that you will be in the service zone. You'll be in the service zone. All the parameters PRC is meeting, quantification is meeting. You tell me that what aspects exceptional will be there in the excellent category. By looking at the paper, I can see that it's a good answer, but still, I feel that some kind of exceptionalism in terms of their language, in terms of presentation, that extra color, extra color. You see that our question papers, there is a standard. By looking at the question paper, you feel that the student readability is taken utmost care. You don't find at any time the discomfort in reading any material of civic center. But you look at other material, you feel discomfort. They're giving more focus to protecting their rights rather than the facilitating the students' readability. So that I can see in the excellent answer. They'll write the same, but presentation matters in the excellent category. World map, India map. So there is a difference, no? With practice, without practice. If I ask you to draw the Telangana map, you'll draw the amoeba. So that is the extra color, extra presentation. Sir, is there any weightage for extra presentation? You have written all relevant, most of the dimensions are logically connected within the boundaries of the question, coherence, logical flow, everything is there. But presentation has been taken care. Some student yesterday asked me, sir, by looking at other answers, they're writing much better than me. I felt that, no, I need to improve the presentation skill. Definitely, yes. So the excellent category doesn't mean that they're having extra knowledge. They were taken care of certain kind of aspects. The same bell curve, if I ask someone to write the bell curve, there won't be a bell curve. It will be so pot belly curve. You got my point. What is meant by excellent? Excellent doesn't mean that so they will be adding few more. There is an exceptional in their presentation. Expression of thought. Now you decide. You decide. You should not ask me, sir. Sir, you are given 2 marks. Why I have to get it? How to get it 4 marks? This is going to be template for us, not only for you, for us also. So that's why I used to tell from the beginning. So always the students are asking, sir, who will correct the papers? Doesn't matter. If they know that the standards of the correction, so we teach them. Our team members, we have evolved these parameters with our experience, with the consultation of reverse engineering. It is not just like telling that this is relevant, irrelevant. You can tell me that where it is irrelevant. Yeah. Any clarification? Because if you know this chart, so now you got where you're standing now, where you need to improve. Any follow-up questions you want to ask me? You can ask me. No. So we'll look at the question. So body will have the value. Body will say, for example, introduction is peak level, but story is common. Like movie, they'll take care of the movie will have the value if all the parts are taken care into the consideration. We are not going to subsection, but essay will go. Essay correction will go introduction, body, and conclusion. Because now you can see in the UPSC people will go for introduction this marks, body this marks, conclusion this marks. No. Overall, we'll look at the answer. Within that, we'll see that. Give priority to the body. Give priority to the body. So introduction, conclusion is customary. Introduction and conclusion is customary and will become mandatory if it is explicitly asked. Introduction అనేది మనకి mandatory ఎప్పుడు అవుతుందంటే if they ask what is meant by define అప్పుడు మాత్రమే మీకు introduction కి ఫోకస్ ఇవ్వాలి. If any doubt is there, please ask me now. Though the table look like very simple, your future lies there. Jyotish Chakra. అవును. అవును మోడల్ ఆన్సర్ మేము మా టీమ్ ఉంటుంది. So they'll give the guidelines. So they will give the guidelines. These are the macro parameters. How we formulate is that there is internal team of TSPSC for correcting the papers. They will give the scheme of correction with model answers also. ఎందుకంటే ఇది సోషియో ఎకనామిక్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ పేపర్. జిఎస్ అనేది సోషియో ఎకనామిక్ ఎన్విరాన్మెంటల్ పేపర్. సో ఎనీవన్ కెన్ కరెక్ట్ ఇట్ పేపర్ విత్ ద కామన్ సెన్స్. సో వాళ్ళకి సివిక్ సెన్స్ ఉండి కామన్ సెన్స్ ఉంటే దే కెన్ కరెక్ట్ ఇట్. మై మెంటర్ యూజ్ టు సే కామన్ సెన్స్ ఈస్ నాట్ కామన్ టు ఎవ్రీ వన్. ఇంకేమైనా డౌట్ ఉంటే యూ కెన్ ఆస్క్ మీ. Handwriting shall be taken care. We have one of the boast of Fredan Lipi writer. So Indus Valley civilization laga రాయదండి. మీరు రాసింది అర్థమైతే చాలు. సో రాసింది అర్థమైతే చాలు. సో if they're facing any difficulty, say మీరు రాశారు, మీ ఫ్రెండ్కి ఇవ్వండి. సో అతను ఫాస్ట్గా చదవగలుగుతున్నాడా, సో కాన్స్టిట్యూషన్కి కాన్స్టిపేషన్ అని రాశారని ఆ విధంగా కానీ అనిపించింది అనుకోండి, definitely there is a serious shortcoming in that interaction. I mean handwriting style. మీరు రాసింది మీ ఫ్రెండ్ చదవగలుగుతున్నాడా ఆటోమేటిక్గా తెలిసిపోతుంది. సో అవర్ టీమ్ మెంబర్స్ విల్ టెల్ యూ దట్. సో మీ యొక్క హ్యాండ్ రైటింగ్ అనేది వీఆర్ ఫేసింగ్ డిఫికల్ట్ టు రీడ్ ఇట్. సో మనం చూసిన వెంటనే అది పికప్ అవ్వాలి ఎగ్జామినర్. ఎనీ అదర్ Yes.
Comparison question వచ్చినప్పుడు boxes లా represent చేయొచ్చా సార్ అంటే గవర్నర్ ప్రెసిడెంట్
That will give the clarity that so as I said that so highlighting, boxing, everything has been made invalid by APPSC Group 1 examination right now. So try to avoid the boxes, try to avoid the underlining as of now till we give the clarity. So we filed one RTA, so we are waiting for that, then we'll give the clarity. ఇప్పటి వరకు no, our team. No, they're also now they're not the subject expertise. They're the faculty of degree PG colleges. OU Gani, Nizam Gani. So they'll train them, not the subject expertise. Say for example, paper 4 is there. Paper 4 is there. Environment is there. Economy is there. Even general questions are there. So the person who is expert in economy, how they will correct in the environment paper? Generalist only, like UPSC model only. So UPSC, they'll go with the generalist only. They'll train the professors, then they'll give the papers. Even essay paper also కూడా అలానే ఉంటుంది. essay paper కూడా జనరలిస్టిక్ గా ఉంటుంది కదా. సో యూట్యూబ్ లో డిఫరెంట్ టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ ఒపీనియన్స్ ఉన్నాయి దాని మీద. సో ఇగ్నోర్ ఇట్. సబ్జెక్ట్ ఎక్స్పర్ట్స్ చేస్తారు, వీళ్ళే చేస్తారు, వాళ్ళే చేస్తారు. సో ఇట్స్ ఎ ప్రాసెస్ ఆఫ్ ది కరెక్షన్. Is it clear? My concern is this one only. So I am telling again why we are going to avoid 0. Why we are going to give 6. So నాకు మళ్ళీ ఎందుకు 0 వేసినారని రాకూడదు. So try to be at least in average category. So slowly go to the good category, then go for excellent category. Those who are not having any doubts or clarifications, your time is valuable. Please go and prepare. Thank you. Those who are having further doubts, you can stay back. And one more, just please, 2 minutes. So we are adding additional space for the civic center. That's the ground floor. I think you might be noticed it. Will be ready by Tuesday with additional capacity of 120 there. So till the time, we request to come for Sunday test on 3 slots. Sunday test lo kuda meeku 3 slots unnai. Morning 10 to 12, 2 to 4, and 4 to 6. Clear? So up to Tuesday, I'm requesting to come for flexible timing. From Wednesday onwards, there will be fixed timing. So we'll be getting ready everything. The interiors, everything is getting ready. It will be available by Tuesday. Is it clear? Fresh joining. కొంతమంది నిన్న మొన్న జాయిన్ అయిన వాళ్ళు ఉన్నారు. సో నేను ఏదైతే చెప్పానో మెయిన్స్ వర్క్షాప్ నుంచి చెప్తున్నాను కదా. సో వాళ్ళకి అగైన్ 4 sessions I have taken for answer writing program students. First session, I mean onboarding session, then keyword session, then this one, correction parameters. I repeat the same. So if you have missed any session, you can attend next week. Next week, we'll inform. So we are here to facilitate and remove the fear of answer writing. Thank you. ఎప్పుడు? రేపు 11:30 to 1:30. 11:30 to 1:30. లైవ్ ఉంది, రికార్డెడ్ ఉంది. సో లైవ్ రికార్డెడ్ సెషన్స్ అందరికి ఆఫ్లైన్ అండ్ ఆన్లైన్ వాళ్ళకి అందరికి ఇస్తున్నారు యాక్సెస్. సో అవర్ మేనేజ్మెంట్ ఆస్క్ మీ టు ఇన్ఫార్మ్ యూ దట్ so even if you are joined offline, the sessions which I am taking will be available recorded form or live form or offline form will be given by today. So they will give the access also. It will be created as a free session, free course, and if you click the link, you can enroll it. No need to pay additional amount. Thank you.